Hey diggers, I just cleaned up those two wheaties, and this one looks like it's 1909, and this one looks like 1911. It's hard to say for sure. You might be able to tell better right there, but it's been never since I found a 1909. I think 1910 is the oldest I found. It doesn't look like it's an S or a D, but that's a sweet find. 1911 and 1909 in the same hole. Okay, on to the next. Look at all that trash. About 30 nails here, pull tabs and bits of wire. I think that's from a tube of paint, oil paint perhaps. All this foil and bits and pieces. Alright, let's look at the good stuff now. Alrighty, here's the good stuff. Spent about 6 hours at that park, creeping along a couple inches at a time. Got a lot of clad. 62 clad coins today. Total value $3.88. That takes my 2010 clad total to $169.56. I did get a key and a keychain for Chevrolet, and it's got a return address on it and a serial number, and if you send the lost keys back, I guess they return them to the owner. However, there were no keys with this one. In the old coin department, I got the 1907 Indian head, 1909, which is my first 09 wheatie, the 11 and two 1919s, and a 1920. And then I got some in the 40s and 50s here, and then I've got the mystery wheatie, which has a large chunk of rust on it that wouldn't even come off in the tumbler. So I don't know the date on this one, and this one rang up purely as iron. So dig those iron signals if they sound suspicious. I got the 1920 Merc and the 1960D Rosie. So I had a pretty good hunt today. So let's go now to the video and watch me making these finds. Good morning, diggers. It's Sunday morning. Poured rain yesterday afternoon, so the ground is nice and wet. I'm back here at this big, huge dead tree. You may recall when I was around this tree last time, I found a silver Rosie, a few wheats, and I'm reworking it. And I swear I've been over this exact spot at least 3 times. And I just got a really faint penny signal, and I dug down. And you can see I'm down a good 6 or 7 inches, and lo and behold, I got some silver. It's another Rosie. Good Lord. Only 2 Rosies out of this park, and they've both been around this tree. 1960. Looks like a D. Well, silver's silver. I'll take it. On to the next. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes since I found the silver dime, and creeping along, and got a really weak penny signal kind of in the iron, and pulled up a wheatie, but I could tell there was kind of a greenish corrosion on it right there. See that bump? And sure enough, there was a second wheatie in the hole. That's the first time I've ever found 2 wheaties in the same hole. I'll have to check them out later and see what the dates are. Now earlier I found a wheatie that rang up as iron, and it has a piece of iron fused to it, and so when I get that home I'll show it to you. Alright, on to the next. Alright, diggers, creeping along. In the last hour I've gone from that tree to right here. It's taken me an hour to cover this area, and I'm digging everything. A lot of nails. Just had another iron signal. Wasn't deep. 5 inches. And it's an Indian head. That's my third Indian head out of this park. This rang up as iron and occasionally jumping up to foil, but 90% of the time it was hitting as an iron signal. So I was hoping I'd find another Indian. I've been here now 3.5 hours, and the first 2 hours I didn't hardly find anything. Then I came back over in this area, see if you recognize it. There's my car, there's the bench where I found the barber, there's the planter down there, and this whole swath from the sidewalk to these trees, I have pulled all them buffaloes and the V-nickel and the silvers all out of this area. And I came back here and I've not been disappointed. Alright, let me get a year on the Indian head. On to the next. Hey diggers, over in this area I worked a couple weeks ago, and I thought I came up short a wheat penny last time, and I just found it where I dropped it. That's pretty funny. Alright, on to the next. Okay, it's been about a minute since I found that wheatie that I had dug once before and then dropped, and I moved a couple feet over and I got a pretty good penny signal, only about 2.5 inches, 3 inches deep at the most. And I got a Merc. It's my second silver of the day. I'll have to get back with you on the date. The front's pretty crusted up. I don't want to rub it, so I'll get back with you. On to the next. Well, I sure had a good time out there hunting today. It got up into the 90s towards the end, and the sun kind of kept me hunting in the shade as much as possible. Thanks for watching my video. I look forward to seeing your video. Happy hunting. On.